Alright, welcome back to those of you that have been doing PowerPoint Tutorial 3 or Unit 3 tutorial. We have this last section to go over where we're going to be working with SmartArt diagrams again, and then we'll add some transitions at the end. Before we go any further with the SmartArt diagrams, we're actually going to add a new slide here at the end. So just go up here to the new slide section, and we're going to choose the new slide that says title only. That'll put one at the end for us, and then the title text that we want is scientific method. We'll go ahead and highlight this and bold it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to choose the Insert tab and go up here to SmartArt. And from here you can see all of the, or will be able to see all of the different types of SmartArt that we can do, and they're categorized for us as well. From the categories, we're going to choose from the Process menu. And we're going to choose this one with the arrow in the background that says Continuous Block Process. Go ahead and click on that, and then click OK. And there's a couple of ways that you can do the text. Naturally, you can just click directly on it, but maybe an even quicker way that you can just use if you have a especially lengthy or multiple pieces of text is to use the text pane. So what we can just type what we need, and then when we're ready to go to the next section, then we can just use our arrow button. So it's a little bit quicker way of doing things. But the first section that we want it to read hypothesis. And notice that it changes the text size for us to make sure that it fits in the box. If we use our right arrow, it'll go down to the next tab for us, or the next bullet for us, and that should read experiment. Tab over to that, and then observation. Oops. Try OBS. And then if we right arrow again, it won't do anything. So what we need to do instead is hit enter, and that'll insert a new block for us. And then we're going to type in theory. Okay, we're just going to use those four, and from here what we can also do is we can select all of this text and we can make the changes to it without having to go into each section, which is pretty convenient. So what we're going to do is, using the small toolbar that's available to us, is we're going to bold that information first. And let's see, we're going to I think we want to make the text black. So let's change our text color from white to black. Okay. I think that's all that we need the text pane for, so we can close that. We're obviously still using our SmartArt graphic and still modifying it a little bit. What we want to do, like we did with this SmartArt graphic in slide number 2, is we want to give it some color. Because that was a default color style, we should be able to do some similar things. So make sure that your SmartArt design tab is open. We're going to go to change colors. We're going to use the same one that we used earlier, which is the colorful range, accent colors 5 to 6. So it's similar in nature to the colors that we used earlier. We're going to also change the style of this just a little bit. It's set to simple fill. We're going to change it to metallic scene. So let's see if we can find it. We might have to pull down the more button and go under the 3D, and somewhere it's in here. There it is. second column, bottom row, metallic scene is the one that we want. Okay, so we will we'll go ahead and use that and apply that. We've changed the color. Now what we're also going to do is we're going to change the sizing. So if we go down here to the right, we can just kind of drag this out and make it the size that we want. And that looks pretty good. So I'm just going to use my arrows to kind of move this and eyeball it, kind of center it that way. That looks, whoops. Just make sure that, as I just did, that you don't click directly on these buttons in the middle. Just click on the outside border and then it'll move the whole thing for you. So do that. That looks pretty good. So we're going to make a couple more changes to this, I believe. Actually, no, I lied. We're going to leave that as is, actually. So just make sure that it looks good. Last thing that we're going to do, like we did in the previous tutorial, is we're going to add some transitions. So click on the animation tab at the top, pull down your more menu. We're going to go to the wipes column, and we're going to go to let's see, I think we want this one here. It should say what it is. It should say, nope, that's not the right one. Row 5, column 6. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's the one that we want. It should say shape diamond. There we go. Shape diamond. We'll click on that. Again, we're not going to apply it to all until we've made all the changes that we need to make. We're going to change the speed from fast to slow. We could add a timing element in there if we wanted to, but we're not quite ready for that yet. So go ahead and apply to all. And you can see that a little icon opens, or a little animation shows up here now. If you look at it right now, I'll undo it. There's none on there except on this one particular feature. We can also see that in the slide sorter view, that right now there is an animation here. When I redo it, you'll notice, again, looking at the slide sorter, now that we have an animation icon here that tells us that there indeed is an animation that's been applied. Okay, so we just want to preview it as we always do, and that's at the end. So I should escape out of that. I have a button up here at the top on my quick access toolbar that will always show the presentation from the beginning. So I can click through this and take a look at things, see how they look, make changes as needed. But so far so good. I don't see any major spelling errors or anything like that. You can also see down here at the bottom that I do have my page number and I have my date and time over there as well. It should not show up on the first slide, so I'm good to go there. And that's really it. I'm going to escape out of this, get back to my main slide. I'm going to save this one more time as science, and that's the end of the tutorial for Unit 3 project, for tutorial project. So I hope this was valuable for you. I'll continue to make these tutorials in case you need a little bit of extra practice. Thanks. Have a great day.